This is the new generation BMW 1 Series, and specifically the one beside me is the 118. It's the entry point to the range. Here are 3 things we like and 3 things we don't like about this new model. The first positive is the fact that this hasn't actually gone up in price too much for the new generation. It starts at about $56,000, reflecting about a $2,000 jump over the old model. Plus, we score some optional extras as standard, like a 360-degree camera and also adaptive dampers. However, for our first negative, this one's going to be subjective. BMW has come along and they've lengthened the front end a little bit to give it more of a fully formed look rather than the stubby predecessor. However, I don't really think the end result is as good looking as the A-Class, for example. For our next positive, BMW has been hard at work at adding more engagement to the 1 Series, and for the most part I think they've been pretty successful. Things like swapping out the old 8-speed torque converter transmission for this snappy 7-speed dual clutch unit makes it feel a bit more peppy and alive, and this 3-pot is really quite characterful. However, that does lead me into my next negative, which is unfortunately, although we have adaptive dampers, there are times where the ride feels a little bit firm, and if you're looking for more of a comfortable cruiser, perhaps it might be better to look at some rivals. For the next negative, BMW has given the interior a bit of a design overhaul, and while there are definitely some good aspects to this new space, some buyers are going to be disappointed with the fact that the iDrive controller and also the physical buttons up here for things like the climate control have been removed. But for our next positive, I think it's really good that the 1 Series hasn't forgotten that it's supposed to be a practical hatchback. I'm still pretty comfortable here at 6 foot tall, though my head does rub on the ceiling slightly with this panoramic roof, but the back seat and the boot are pretty good for the class. So those are just our initial impressions, but to catch our full review, head to chasingcars.com.au to read more.